Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unraveling the Truth. Today, we delve deep into the enigmatic mind of a controversial figure. An individual whose actions have left us with more questions than answers. Lee Rodarte, a name that sends chills down the spines of many. Accused of being involved in high-profile cases that have shocked the world. Today, we leave no stone unturned as we aim to reveal the secrets hidden within this enigma. Some call him a master manipulator, others a calculated strategist. But who is Lee Rodarte truly? Is he a criminal genius, a pawn in a larger scheme, or merely a misunderstood individual? We seek to find the truth, no matter how elusive it may be. But we can't do it alone. To support our pursuit of truth, please like, comment and subscribe to this channel. By doing so, you become an essential part of our quest to uncover the real story behind Lee Rodarte and the mysteries that surround him. Hit that notification bell, so you never miss an update. Together, we will dive into the depths of the human psyche, explore the darkest corners of the unknown, and confront the most intriguing mysteries of our time. Now let's start.
You want some water?
Please. Be all right.
Yeah. You got water? Like I said, I want to kind of go over some stuff. I know we talked the other day just for a few minutes and had some concerns about a couple things. And, oh, okay. Well, there we go. Anybody else wants to talk? There we go. I wanted to talk to you about Savannah. So I just had a couple of things that came up that I wanted to ask you about specifically that didn't seem to line up. So I wanted to come down and talk to you. Okay?
Yeah.
All right? Let's get just a couple, just make sure I've got your basic information. It's Lee, and tell me how you pronounce your last name.
Rodarte.
Rodarte, okay, and that's R-O-D-A-R-T-E.
Yeah.
Right, and it's 1081 Halifax Road, Jacksonville. What's the zip there?
32216.
32216, okay. Date of birth is 8/11 of 88,
Yep.
and 5'11".
Yeah.
Okay, and what's your approximate weight?
It's been a while since I weighed myself, but I'm probably about 163, something like that.
163. Okay. And what color eyes do you have?
Brown.
Brown. Hair is
Brown.
brown. And what's your phone number?
904
Okay.
452
452. Yes, sir.
6094.
6094. Okay. And your social? Do you know your social? Make sure I have that. And white male. How old are you?
28.
28. And can you read and write?
Yes.
What's the last school you went to?
Forest High School.
Oh yeah.
Before it was renamed.
Yeah, yeah. When did you graduate from there?
06.
Okay. 2006. All right. And you can read and write. Have you had? Have you drank any alcohol today? Any drugs today?
I took an Adderall that my buddy gave me.
Okay.
Because I was there so late last night. I
Yeah,
came
yeah.
in and was super tired. Like, here, take this.
Okay. Adderall?
Yeah.
And do you normally take that?
No, I've taken one a long time ago. Like,
Okay.
I wouldn't say high school, a little bit after high school, but it's been years.
Okay. Yeah. But nothing to drink alcohol-wise?
No.
Okay. And about what time do you think you took Adderall?
It was probably 12-ish.
Like noon?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you understand what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Being able to communicate,
Yes,
okay, it didn't, make
No.
you not be able to. Okay, yeah. And no alcohol. You said you can read and write?
Yes.
Perfect, awesome. I want to ask you some questions, but I want to go over your rights. We are currently at 501 East Bay Street, which is the Police Memorial Building. Today is August the 5th, 2017, and it's approximately 7:15. Make sure I've got that. Yep. So we'll say 7:15 p.m., give or take. Will you read that, just that top line to me?
Yeah, the following rights under the United States Constitution.
Perfect. I'll read these with you and you can just kind of follow. You do not have to make a statement or say anything. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you make a statement or before any questions are asked of you, and to have the lawyer with you during any questioning. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to you before any questioning if you wish. If you do answer questions, you also have the right to stop answering those questions at any time and consult with your attorney or with a lawyer. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. You just sign there that you understand them. That isn't admitting or not saying anything. It's just saying you understand those rights. Okay. Perfect. I appreciate that.
Okay.
All right. So, Savannah, you said that you knew her and you guys had, you knew her from work. I mean, just kind of fill me in with that. How long have you known her?
Like I said, I've known her obviously since she started working there. I would say probably about 8 months ago
Yeah.
or so, we started hanging out outside of work. And at the time I had a girlfriend. But we kind of connected, me and Savannah. So we hung out a little bit here and there. Got pretty close. We come from, I guess, somewhat similar backgrounds, I guess you should say.
Okay.
She didn't have it the best growing up, neither did I. So we kind of connected and hung out for a little while. I'd probably say a period of 2-3 months.
Okay.
And then she started using drugs a lot.
Okay.
Now, I used them with her, not the same drugs that she used all the time, but I did them with her a couple times, and then she started to get heavy into them. And
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
so I kind of just tried to take a step back and, put things off. And after that, me and my ex started kind of chit-chatting again.
Okay. And who's that? What's her name?
Her name's Chelsea.
Okay. All right.
So we kind of started chit-chatting again. Never really 100% because obviously, she was still kind of upset about me hanging out with Savannah and stuff like that. And then probably a month or so ago, I saw Savannah at work, and she looked healthy again. She gained a little bit of weight, and just friendly talk at work. Telling her, hope everything's been good. And she told me, that I guess she did a lot of drugs and ended up in the hospital. She ended up missing I want to say a couple of days, 3 or 4 days from work.
Oh, okay.
So obviously, me being pretty close to her, I was concerned and everything. But after she came back, she looked good, and she ended up telling me that I guess, over those 4 days she detoxed pretty well, and she kind of caught a, new sense into why she shouldn't do drugs so much.
Okay.
And like I said, she looked good, she started looking healthy, so we kind of were talking, here and there. We hung out a couple times. She came over to the house, and we just kicked back, drink a couple beers, watch movies, stuff like that.
Okay.
And then as we hung out, after a couple times, she brought drugs over. And I told her, I was like, you're doing really good. You can't, you shouldn't be doing it again. You're finally gaining weight, because when we were together the first time, she was, she got really petite and just didn't look well, which is kind of why I took a step back. Plus, my father used a lot of drugs growing up, and my mother used a lot of drugs growing up, and it was just kind of a hard thing to see, every time that we hung out.
Okay.
Like I said, we did, we took like some pain pills here and there on occasion, but then she started like bringing heroin over and stuff like that. And that's, my mom was addicted to methamphetamines when she was, when I was younger. So those hard drugs just kind of scare me a little bit. So that's why I took a step back the first time. And then I felt like she was better, as we hung out recently. And she brought drugs over to my house the last time that we hung out.
Okay.
And we would text here and there. I would ask her how she's doing, hope her day's going good. Just because I told her when she left the last time that we hung out, I was like, you're doing really well. Stop doing this, you can do it.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I heard that she just kept, was doing the same thing.
Okay.
So we texted a couple times, and I ended up telling her, I was like, hey, for one, I'm dealing with a lot of personal stuff myself right now as it is. I'm a little depressed. But I think we're moving too fast. I think we should, stop talking.
Okay.
And she said, I understand, it's completely fine, no problem, She said, I'll delete your number, I'll never text you again.
Okay.
And I said the same. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, try to jump back into things. I think we moved too fast. And I said I wouldn't text her either, just to, kind of split mutual ways.
Mutual. Right, yeah. No worries, okay.
And that was the last time that we text.
Okay.
When was that?
Yeah.
When was that?
It was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Sometime in July.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things you said that was the last time that you had contact with her.
Yes.
As far as, I don't want to put words in your mouth, so I mean you correct me.
That was the last time that I texted her.
Yeah, text or a phone call or a messenger
Yeah.
or anything like that. 2 to 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Okay. And then the last time, when was the last time you saw her?
This is what I was a bit. I didn't tell you the truth when we talked at Bonefish.
Okay.
Last time I saw her was Wednesday afternoon.
Okay.
I heard that she has been basically telling a lot of people at work that we hooked up a bunch, like a couple of days before that, and that she was going to like tell about the whole situation and try to get me fired. And
Why would that get you fired?
I'm a manager and she's an employee. So
okay, so you guys aren't supposed to fraternize?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
And she just told people, I guess, that she was out with that work at the restaurant that we were having sex.
Okay.
And, hooking up and stuff like that, and that I was her boyfriend and this and that. So I was a little upset. Obviously, I care about my job.
Sure. How long have you been there now?
It'll be 5 years in December.
Okay, yeah, right.
So I was a little upset. So I met her in the parking lot at Bonefish.
When's this?
Wednesday afternoon.
Okay. Well, do you know what time or about?
It was about 5:30.
Okay.
When you say you met her, was she meeting you too, or?
I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't call her.
Okay.
I just drove up there to see if maybe she was working. I was
Okay.
gonna, talk to her, and
Did you
as
know
I was,
she was working that night?
I did.
You did not.
I did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
yeah.
sorry. Okay, you knew she was working that night.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I drove up there, and I was hoping to get a chance to talk to her.
Okay.
I pulled in the parking lot. She pulled in a little bit after me. I parked, and I said, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?" And she said, "Yeah, what's up?" And I was like, "I heard you've been saying some things about me and you continuing to hang out, and that we're boyfriend and girlfriend." And she asked me, she said, "Can I come sit in the car? Because I just did some heroin and I'm a little paranoid."
Okay.
I said, "Why are you doing that? You're doing really well. You shouldn't have been doing that."
Okay.
And so she came and sat in the car, and I explained to her the situation. I told her that servers at Bonefish were coming to me and telling me that you're telling people when you're out that we're still having sex and we're boyfriend and girlfriend. And I said, I would appreciate, you know, I need you to stop because for one, it's jeopardizing my job. We agreed to, you know, stop talking mutually and just move on and, you know, be cordial or whatever. But it was nothing more than that. And she said, I'm going to do what I want. You can believe what you want. I didn't tell anybody anything. And I told her, I said, the girl that you were out with told Chelsea that we were still having sex and that you were just at my house like yesterday and hanging out. And
The girl that she was out with when?
that Savannah was out with a couple nights prior.
Okay, gotcha.
I guess at one of the bars
Okay.
in Mandarin.
And who was
around
that?
Bonefish. The girl that she
Yeah.
was with,
Yeah.
her name was Rachel.
Rachel. Okay.
Yeah.
And Rachel told
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
That Savannah was saying that, because me and Chelsea talk, you know, we're very, you know, friendly at work, you know, we joke back and forth.
Okay.
And Savannah said, yeah, I did say that, you know, I don't really like Chelsea, you know, and I said, well, look, you need to stop.
Okay.
Because, for one, like I said, we agreed to go our separate ways, and it's jeopardizing my job, and it's making me really upset having to come into work, you know, or talk to Chelsea, and she just constantly, you know, badgering me about stuff that you're saying that isn't true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I told her that she needs to stop. At that point,
Okay.
and I said, no, stop. Like, I'm serious. I don't want to talk to you. It's not good for us, so let's stop. And she just said, why'd you do that? You know, I said, well, I'm upset, you know. And she said, fuck you, you know, you're a piece of shit. And I said, she said she's going to keep talking, you know, telling lies and stuff about me and everything like that. And I said,
Okay.
and at that point, she had her phone in her hand. She got out of the car and walked towards the main entrance from San Jose.
So, like, if
So this is
like I know Bonefish is like over here. This is San Jose. This is the bank that's over here in this area. Where were you guys parked?
She was parked here,
Okay.
to the left of the Five-Star ATM.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was parked here.
Okay. All right. So you're like here.
Yeah, I was
And she's over here?
I was probably 3 spaces away.
Okay, from
Or
her
so.
car.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
And what do you drive?
I drive a Chevy Malibu,
Okay. What color is it?
silver.
Silver Chevy Malibu.
Yeah.
Does it have Colorado tags, Florida tags,
tags.
Georgia tags? Okay. And when you got there, did you pull into the parking place? Did you park sideways? Did you park
I pulled
backward?
in. I backed in.
Okay, you're backed in.
Yeah.
You backed into this parking place over by the bank area, by the ViStar ATM.
Yeah.
And you're driving a silver Chevy Malibu with a Florida tag. Okay, and then she pulls in over on this side of you.
Yeah.
Okay, so like if you're in the car and you're sitting here, she would be on your left.
So
You're
if
the
I'm,
driver's
if
side.
I'm sitting facing forward, yeah, she was on the
Okay.
driver's side.
Does she back in? Does she pull in?
She pulled in.
Okay, all right. So when she gets out, she's close enough to you, and that's when you motioned her over or called her over or said, hey, can I
Yeah, I
talk
just
to
said,
you?
hey,
So-
can I talk
okay.
to you?
Were you by
Um,
yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, nobody was in the car with you.
No.
Was anybody in the car with her?
No.
Okay. All right. What was she wearing?
Her uniform.
Uniform? Okay, all right. Then she comes over. She says, "Can I get in the car?" If I say anything wrong, correct me.
Okay.
I'm gonna repeat back. But if I don't get something right, I need you to make sure I'm saying the right thing. Okay. You say, "Hey, can I talk to you?" She walks over, approaches on the driver's side. You in the car or out of the car then?
In the car.
Okay, you're sitting in the driver's
Yeah.
seat. Okay. And she asked, can she get in because she's just done heroin?
Yeah.
Okay. And then how does she do it? Does she shoot up, snort?
She snorts it.
Okay. And then
She's
comes.
told me she shot up before, but
Yeah.
never in front of me.
Okay. And then she comes and gets in the car with you.
Yeah.
And is your car a 2-door or 4-door?
4-door.
4-door. Does she get in the front seat or the back seat?
She gets in the back, and I asked why she got in the back.
Okay.
She was like, I just don't want anybody to see me, you know.
And where did you get into?
She said, you can come back here and we can talk.
Okay.
And so I got out and I got in the back seat.
Okay, so you guys are both in the back
Yeah.
seat now. Okay, got you. All right. I wasn't sure. And then how the conversation went, basically, you're telling her to leave you alone.
Yeah.
Stop harassing you, or why are you telling people that we're having sex, and you guys, you don't want to jeopardize your job along
Yeah, I
those
just
lines?
told her, you know, especially since she was high, I was like, you know, we just don't even have anything to do with each other. And she said, fuck you, you know, I'm going to keep doing this or whatever.
Okay.
So I got out and
then you got back in, and then what did you say to her?
I said, no, can you leave me alone? Like, I'm serious, I don't want to talk to you. And she said, fuck you, why'd you do that? And I said, and she continued to say that she's going to do whatever she wants, you know, and she'll say what she wants, no matter what. And I knew in my mind it was because she was high.
Yeah. So what did you say?
But I got
Obviously, you got to get pissed.
Yeah, I got aggravated.
I mean, I would too.
Yeah, I got frustrated.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, and then
Now, you go ahead. I'm
no,
sorry.
go ahead.
We were told that had happened before to her car. Have you heard that?
I didn't heard that.
You had not
her
heard
car
that?
had been vandalized before. No.
You have?
No.
Okay, so you didn't know about that.
No.
Okay, same deal. Okay, all right. Okay, what were you were saying something about the after you got back? Did you get back in the car?
Yeah.
Okay, and did you get in the front seat or the back seat?
I got in the front seat.
Okay, that time you got in the front
Yeah.
seat, and where is she?
She was in the back seat still.
Okay.
And at that point, I said, you know, now leave me alone. She responded. I said,
Okay.
and she said, fuck you, you know, I'll do what I want. And she got out,
Mm-hmm.
and it looked like she was either texting or calling somebody,
Okay.
because as she started walking towards there's an entrance to the plaza.
Okay. Yeah, but it's
Um,
closer towards
yeah.
295.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't say she was walking along the edge of the plaza, but she was walking maybe towards this way.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say an older model Ford pickup,
Mm-hmm.
green,
Okay.
drove past me and around, and she got in.
Okay. So, while you guys are in the car together, you guys are talking back and forth. She's not is she calling somebody while you guys are talking back and forth on the phone?
She didn't call anybody, no.
Okay.
She had her phone in her hand.
Yeah.
But I don't think she texted anybody.
So she gets out of the car with you, and starts walking in this direction.
I was in the car.
You're in the car, but she got out,
Yeah,
and now you're in the front seat.
yes.
So she gets out of the back seat and begins walking in the direction of, not necessarily paralleling San Jose, but she's walking towards 295 or down towards that entrance area.
Yeah.
And then she's got her phone, and you said you thought she was calling somebody.
She had it in her hand and looked like, I mean, I couldn't tell if she was texting or
Sure.
not or anything.
But she had her phone out.
Yeah, she had her phone out and was looking at it, and then it looked like she was going to put it up to her ear, and then
Yeah.
the green truck came around,
Okay.
and she
How long
got
do
in.
you think it was between the time that she got out and started using her phone till that green truck pulled up?
Maybe 5 minutes.
Okay. So wow. So if she called somebody, they got there in 5 minutes to pick her up?
Well, I mean, like I said, it looked like she was going to call somebody, and that's when the green truck came around, and she got in.
Okay. So she gets in the truck. What happened at that point?
They drove back around, kind of looped around a little bit.
Which way did they drive?
So she would say like here,
Mm-hmm.
the green truck comes here, and then kind of just loops around,
Mm-hmm.
and it looked. I guess they exited that way, and at that point, I left.
They exited going which way? Down Santa?
Towards Claire
295?
Lane. I guess to leave the.
So they come out on the back
Shopping
side of
center.
this bank, like this way,
Yeah.
towards Claire and San Jose?
Yeah.
And then you pull out. Which way do you go?
I go around and then go out the same way.
Same way?
Yeah.
Okay. And where do you go from there?
From there, I go home.
You just go straight home from
So
there?
tell me your route on the way home that you went.
295 all the way to Beach Boulevard to Grove Park, and then Grove Park.
How long does that usually take you? Depending on traffic, obviously.
I think it usually takes me about 25 minutes or so.
Okay. What happened to your neck?
That was self-inflicted, actually.
Why?
I just have been having kind of a hard time.
To your neck?
I couldn't. Yeah, I did. And
What did you use?
a knife.
When did you do that?
Some time in July.
You did that in July and it's still
Yeah.
bloody?
Well, I kind of peeled the scab here and there at work, hitting it on stuff like that. I peeled it last night working. And it was coming off a little bit today, so I peeled that a little bit.
All right, let me see.
But this was the same night. This one was just a lot worse
Yeah.
than this one was.
Okay. And that was in July?
Yeah.
Okay. Like a few weeks back.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So could you see who the person in the truck was?
The truck had fairly tinted windows. I saw a baseball cap.
Yeah. Okay. You see a guy, girl, white, black?
I couldn't really tell if it was a guy or a girl.
Okay.
I just remember seeing the truck drive and her get in.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm sitting in front and the truck drives right past me.
Yeah.
And I saw a baseball cap through the passenger window.
Okay.
But
So did it seem like she knew the person?
I mean, she got right in.
Had you ever seen the truck before?
No.
Never.
Mm-mm.
Have you seen it since then?
No.
Did
Why
she
did-
say?
Oh, go ahead.
Well, did she say anything to you when she got out of the car, other than
She was just
fuck
like,
you?
fuck you,
Okay.
I'm going to do what I want. And
She doesn't
got
say
out.
anything other than that. Okay.
Lee, why didn't you mention this before since we've been looking for this girl? I mean, don't you think that information
I mean,
is
it
important?
definitely does. And I regret, obviously, not saying anything before. I mean, I talked to Chelsea, and, she said, you need to tell them what you know
Mm.
and everything
When did you
like
talk
that.
to Chelsea? You talked to Chelsea about this?
Yes.
Okay. When did you talk to her?
The day that it happened.
Okay.
Because, I mean, her whole issue with me was me hanging out with Savannah
Sure.
prior.
Yeah, yeah. And if Savannah's out of the picture, then you guys can be free to have your relationship, be back together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Savannah's in the way, in essence, right? I mean, she's kind of creeped in. I mean, she sounds like she's an ass. I mean, she's that way to you. If she's out there telling people you guys are having sex, and if you're not, or if you are, then she's the one that's kind of pushing your buttons. She's pushing Chelsea's buttons.
I told Chelsea that I was going to tell her, to leave me alone.
You were going
and
to tell
stop.
Savannah?
Yeah.
When did you tell Chelsea that?
I believe it was Tuesday
Okay.
night, maybe.
Tuesday night?
Yeah.
And you, how do you guys talk? Do y'all Facebook talk, text?
Text message.
Okay. And you have a Facebook?
No.
Okay. You don't have one at all?
I had one.
Okay.
I deactivated it maybe a month or two ago.
Okay. Okay. It's still there, or you don't use it, or you actually
I deactivated the account.
Okay. So it's not, you don't even have one that's out there then. Okay.
No.
Okay.
I did have one when Savannah and I first started talking. That
Okay.
was kind of how we talked.
You wait for you guys to talk without Chelsea knowing what was going on.
Yeah.
I'm not telling Chelsea. I'm just
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I come up and talk to you yesterday, I'm not threatening. I'm just I'm talking to everybody up there. What? Why?
Well, I just, I freaked out, to be honest with you. I mean,
This girl's missing?
yes.
Okay. But you know she's been missing. I mean, you knew from in essence from day one that she's missing, and you freaked out that you had to know.
Obviously, I was the last one to see her, so
Yeah.
I was a little bit scared at that.
How do you know you just said you weren't the last one to see her? You just said somebody in a truck.
Well, I mean, the last one to see her at Bonefish.
Okay.
The last one she's heard from.
Right.
I had contact with that anybody knows of.
Sure.
And, I thought that I had a warrant out already.
Okay. What's the warrant for?
I didn't go to a court date for a ticket.
Okay. Okay.
So obviously
But
I didn't.
I talked to you last night,
Yeah.
and I didn't have handcuffs.